Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Arturo, and this is my channel. How are you doing today? Alright, so... Wow, this is really hard to talk, like, about in front of a camera, which is, like, very weird, because it's, like, something that I do all the time. But, okay, so... I kind of wanted to make a video, kind of, like, explaining something about myself that a lot of people already know because it's something that's like just general knowledge that I make everyone aware of as soon as they meet me. And I just want to say that, like, gay. And for me, that's something that's been a huge part of my identity ever since, like, I first discovered that I liked guys instead of girls. And I kind of just wanted to share my coming out story with people because I think that there's like a sort of raw thing that is produced when you share your story with people. It's been pretty weird. I don't know. All right, so this is my story. So I kind of always felt that I was different from other guys. I wasn't exactly the type of person to like sports or to just like do all the masculine things. I remember growing up as a kid, I like one time used my mom's makeup or I'd play with Barbies, which is like the stereotypical thing of like signs that people are gay. And it really brought me down. It really like brought me down because I didn't exactly know what the hell I was. I was just so like obsessed with trying to be accepted into a group because I didn't have a group. I didn't have many friends. So growing up, I used to tell like people in my school that, hey, I'm dating this girl. And I'd feel some acceptance like, wow, she's attractive. And it was a total lie because it was there. And I'd say, I have a crush on this girl because all the guys were saying, hey, she's hot. Like, we'd date her. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? That kind of just like strung a conversation within myself. And it wasn't until like 8th grade that I started like questioning myself. Like, hey, I actually have feelings for a guy and he's pretty attractive. And I think that he's attractive, but that's not okay. I had this like whole internal conflict thing going on within myself of you're not supposed to be gay, especially since I grew up with parents who were anti-gay. It wasn't until my sophomore year, and I remember distinctly coming out to my first person. The first person I ever came out to was one of my friends. She is incredible, and I hope she's doing well. I had this thing inside of me. I was like, I need to tell someone because I just discovered like, hey, I'm gay. It was hard. It was hard to accept that thing that just like ate at me. And it was something that like I needed to tell someone. So I told her, I was like, I need to tell you something. And she was like, okay, yeah, what's up? And I told her, I'm bisexual. And when I read that, I was just like, okay, yeah, sure. All right, let's work off that. And sophomore year, I said I liked some girls, but I also liked guys, so to seem like more socially like acceptable. And I was just like, okay, you like guys a little bit. It's not a huge thing. Like bisexuality is kind of like acceptable. At least you could be worse. You could be gay. Fast forward to junior year, and I came home from some event, and my brother was in my room, and he looked at me in the eyes, and he told me that he was reading through my messages, and he told me that I know you're gay, and I freaked out. I was scared. I was not planning on coming out until college. I didn't plan on like it ever being revealed. It literally scared the shit out of me when my brother told me that he found out that I was gay. And the next day, he apparently told my dad. And it was just this whole thing. My dad wasn't exactly accepting of it. And he told me that there's something wrong with me. And it was one of those times where I felt like I truly disappointed my parents. Even though I worked my ass, I strived to be this upstanding young man for the sake of my parents, for the sake of my last name. They even went as far as to take me to therapy to try and repair myself, because being gay wasn't okay. You could be anything in the world, but being gay was like the worst thing you could absolutely do. And that week was just absolute hell. I cried and cried and cried because I was just outed. I wasn't prepared mentally for what was going to happen. Fast forward a couple months later, and I started having conversations with my dad. I started having conversations with my mom. I explained to them, I showed them a couple YouTube videos, which I will definitely put a link to in the description box below, that kind of geared them towards opening their minds a little bit. And I actually had a discussion with my dad a couple months later, and he said, I don't care anymore. I don't care who you are. You make me proud as a son. And it was something that like just clicked. Coming out, or I didn't exactly get the chance to come out, it became something that just changed my life completely. After junior year, everyone found out that I had my boyfriend, and a lot of people were accepting. A lot of people were very happy. I had my first relationship, and a lot of people supported it, and a lot of people also were like not okay with it, which was to be expected, because being gay is still a societal concept that not a lot of us are comprehending. I had incredible friends. I had incredible people surrounding me, like supporting me through the issues that I had with my parents, the whole coming out process, and it was liberating. The point of me making this video is mainly to help people. I've watched literally a lot of coming out videos, like pretty much like the first 5 pages of, if you actually write on YouTube coming out videos, I've watched the first 5 pages. And yet I never got the ability to actually come out to my parents, which was a huge thing for me because, again, I didn't want to disappoint them. And I also was fearing for, would they kick me out? Would they stop loving me? Would they stop doing everything that they like used to do before they found out? I also wanted to give people people who are like me, who are in the LGBTQ community, who are terrified of coming out because of having a conservative family and having so many ideas and ideals thrusted into their minds, like being gay is not okay. It's okay. It is totally okay to be who you are and to love the person that you are. It's taken me years to finally be able to say that I'm 100% comfortable with who I am. I am 100% happy with the human being that I am. I want people to know that you're perfectly fine as is. Whether you're gay, whether you're straight, whether you're bisexual, whether you're genderqueer, whether you're transgendered, whether you're black, you're white, you're Hispanic, whether you're a guy, you're a girl, whether you're whatever. That we're all human beings and we're beautiful. We are all worthy of happiness. There are so many people who love you. And I feel like it's an obligation for me to come out and bring about my story because awareness matters. I'm just doing this to possibly just make people aware that it's totally okay to be who you are, and to also let people know that as cliche it sounds, it really does get better. We think that just a lot of things can go wrong, and it can go wrong, which I also want to advise Come out when you're ready. Come out when you feel comfortable with yourself. Do not let a single person try and tell you to come out if you're not ready. Because at the end of the day, your happiness is what matters. And your safety is what matters. So yeah, that's my story, and I am so sorry that this is kind of like a very personal, very serious video, and I promise that I just started my channel out too. I just want to spread this message of kindness and love and happiness to people. That's what I want to do with my life, and I hopefully think that I can possibly do that. Alright guys, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Make sure to hit the subscribe button as well. I post videos every Tuesday. I love you. You're amazing. And I hope you have an incredible life. Bye.